It's and I still got to wait it.
When I think about it, like they look.
Scary Movie. There was a scene where Shawn Wayne was playing like a football player that was kind of fruity, and he made her wear shoulder pads. I don't have fetishes or kinks, right? So I'm not weird like that. I think my friends are weird because they like feet, they like all this other. I don't like. I just like sex. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, dog. These women in these shoulder pads, not a fool. Lie to your pastor, don't lie to me. But seeing her tackle that thing, boy, all I'm saying is I was up for watching this.
Yeah.
And I don't know who set it up, if it was Cardi's people, if it was the Chargers, but I will say this, it was very smart. A lot of people watched it. You got Meg showing that she still has strong knees. God bless. I could watch Cardi tackle that dummy all day. Matter of fact, tackle me. My favorite saying to tall women is dunk on me. I just tell Cardi to just tackle me, baby.
I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. All right, we didn't buy one player. All right, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it.
That's where you see the genius of Nick Saban. He's in a room talking to influential Alabama people. One of the things that he says is, I don't know if we're going to be able to maintain this level if it stays the same. It's basically he's using the blood.
Man, what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. Man, we have finally got a weekend in the South where we get that good football weather, like that fall crisp weather. Like you go out there and you feel like you can run for days. Like if you get a good solid hit on somebody, like it just you feel it because like it's cold, man. You know your bones start aching a little bit, and when your bones start aching a little bit, you know what makes it good for? You need some liquor. Liquor makes everything better. Hot chocolate, hot coffee, well, hot-ish coffee. For state of Florida, even here it's cold, but like anyways, we'll get into all of those different things here coming up soon. But it's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of Dead Media Group, brought to you by the greatest cigar company in the world, thehumidor.com. Go to thehumidor.com for all things tobacco related. Thehumidor.com. You type in sports at checkout, you get 20% off. Thehumidor.com is what brings you all of the tailgates, and we have the tailgate of the century lined up for next weekend. You need to go check out. I need to start putting this stuff in our comment section. So I'll put it in the comment section for the link. It's the Big 3-6 roll-up, or the Big Game roll-up tailgate. And basically what that means is I'm partnering with the Big 3 roll-up. My guy CJ Wilson, we're coming out there with Stilk. Larry on, we're doing a big tailgate, and everybody's invited. Please come check out. There'll be former Florida State players, former Florida players, tons of alcohol, tons of cigars, and a little different thing for you to partake in. It's if you want to partake in the stickers or the ickies, it will be there. It'll be. I've heard so I'm still a newbie when it comes to this, but yeah. So it's from Cali, so Cali's supposed to be like the primo of where all the stuff comes from. Everybody comes, but whatever. But it's gonna be. They'll have we'll have. We're trying to get a row, where you can have a vendor's row, so you can come do your Black Friday shopping, get some food, hang out, mingle, do all those different things with some of your favorite celebs. Miles, are you coming to Tallahassee for Thanksgiving? Or are you gonna stay here in Jacksonville? Yeah. That's next week.
Yeah, I'll be going. Wherever y'all going.
Oh, we're going to Tallahassee. So, all right, well, cool. Then I'll have a show on Friday. Then now that I know we're going to Tallahassee, because I wasn't quite sure how we would do that shit at a tailgate. Like, we'll have a show, live from the tailgate. I think Big Three Roll Up's going to be doing some different stuff. Tons of content, tons of good people, tons of hanging out. Come check us out. I want to start this off by if you go to the first link, Miles, it shows my Twitter. One, we thought Twitter was going to be dead. Everybody said Twitter was going to be gone. Thank God I woke up. I think Elon Musk is fucking with us on purpose, like to make to see how bad we need this. It's like you like he's fucking with the product, puts out Twitter Blue. Technically, Elon Musk did to you guys what this motherfucker did to me. He scammed a lot of you guys with Twitter Blue. You paid $8. You paid $8, and then the motherfucker gave you a blue check mark to take it away. But he threatened that. So on the last day of Twitter, what happens to me? I get scammed. I'm trying to buy some tickets. So if you got tickets for the Florida game, if you're a Florida State fan and you're trying to get rid of them, you don't know how to get rid of them, hit me up. I will take them off your hands. But I'm no longer doing the traditional way of business. The traditional way of business was the traditional way of business. The traditional way of business was we negotiate a deal, we come to terms, I pay you, then you deliver the product. That's the way it goes with the handshake deals. Apparently that's not the way of the world anymore. And like I got hit. $600. Really gave me a great. I was like, man, that's a great deal. This is what tickets are going for. I'm like, cool. I'm getting them for somebody. Sometimes people back out or whatever. I'm like, man, I could go. At worst, I can go make my money back or even make a little bit of money off of it. But he hit me, got the money, and I sent the whole thread. I'm talking about we negotiated. We're doing all this different shit, right? Motherfucker got the money. Then they blocked on Twitter. So I couldn't even get in communication with them. But the one thing I will say is this. I call it, I'm gonna give my guy Thumper. Thumper is from West Virginia on Twitter. Thumper was one of the original MFTK brand buyers. And Thumper's been there with me because I'll tell you this. I sometimes fuck up with the mail. The mail fucks up too. But sometimes I don't go to the mail, the post office that quick. I am afraid of the mail post office. I don't know why. But I'm gonna make some 3-6 Mafia shirts. And you know who's gonna get a 3-6 Mafia shirt? Thumper, my homegirl Nina, Lisa, and a few others. And you know why? Oh, excuse me. Is Danielle is her name as well? But what I don't really know whatever because she comes to every. Is Danielle? I don't know why it's that, but it's at Lufita Tune because her ass knows how to dox. She's a tech person. Them motherfuckers be riding. They ride or die, bro. And the 3-6 Mafia came into effect. They tweeted this motherfucker. They added this motherfucker. They did all these different things. Corey, I'll definitely put them up, dog. But like these cats right here separate themselves. But I want to say all this to say shout out to my guy, Mel. Mel came over here to the lounge yesterday. Mel hooked me up with some tickets. Well, we had a transaction. He didn't hook me up with shit. I paid for him, but we got the tickets, and then we had a dialogue. And one of the things he says, man, I know how you do business, man. I always like to shout out people who do the right thing. So, anyways, post the tailgate, Miles, which is the next thing right here, and I want everybody to hear my guy, CJ. With that, CJ Wilson is going to be my little bro who I'm a partner with the tailgate. So, like you see it right here, Sporadics, sponsored by Sporadics, Big Three Roll Up, MFTK Foundation did Media Group. Brought to you by Game Day Vodka, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Go check my Twitter. It's my pin tweet. Please check it out. We want to start this bitch. I want to be able to add more. It's going to be what you want to. It's going to be everything that you want to be at. It's dope. All the cool stuff. And also shout out to everybody who's doing this. So going into the game. Enough of all of this. Oh, my bad. Right now, I'm inside the greatest cigar lounge in the world, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. But outside of that, there's football. Great football weather. Tallahassee, Florida. I'm going to be your meteorologist right now because I don't know where y'all been at. It was hot one day and then it's cold as shit right now. It's 50 degrees, which is Florida cold. Even though I have a short sleeve shirt on. Miles, who is from Boston, for whatever reason, has a sweatshirt on. But if you get in the shade right now, you're gonna freeze your ass. But right now, Tallahassee is 50 degrees. It feels like 46. The high is 60. One of the things about Florida that sucks is that when it gets cold, whatever the temperature that it starts at, a lot of times it doesn't change. But tomorrow's high is 58 degrees. And then I guess it's supposed to rain at night, but 58 degrees in Tallahassee is really a little nippy. So just want everybody to know, me and Trey, I'm going to have to fight Trey to put on a fucking jacket. Because for whatever reason, my son doesn't want to do that. But kind of cleaning up based upon on Wednesday's show, where some of you guys went and found my tweet saying stop comparing Mike Norvell to Bobby Bowden. Well, a guy who I have the utmost respect for as a player is a guy by the name of Shade Tree. Shade Tree's real name is Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones Jr., who, even though he committed to Georgia, Marvin Jones Sr. is an icon. He's one of those guys who he said the same thing. Somebody comes in there and he's praising Mike Norvell. And somebody puts, I couldn't agree more, Marvin. He reminds me so much of Bobby. And Shade Tree is just like, what Coach Bowden did will never be duplicated. Not many coaches stay at one school for 30 years. I had the honor for playing one of the greatest in history. It's Mike Norvell's time. Let him work. No need to compare. Let him create his own history. Stop trying to compare these people to ghosts. Let that man, Bobby's grave is still warm. Let that man grave, let Mike do so. When Mike is there for over 10 years and we're seeing wins and we see national championships, we see ACC champions. Now we can start comparing him to those things. I love Coach Norvell. Also, by the way, I still have about 50 tickets left to give to anybody who wants to go to the Louisiana Lafayette. Period. All I need you to do is be able to hit me up. It's large groups. I ain't got time to give the individual tickets out unless you see me there. Just bottom line is we're giving large sums of tickets out to these kids. But the Louisiana Lafayette game is a game that I was on Sporadics yesterday breaking it down. I really don't feel like going into a whole bunch of details about us beating up on the Sisters of the Poor. But this team is in the University of Florida for next week. But what I don't want to do is get into a situation where we are having to exhaust our playbook in order to be able to beat a weaker team. This should be a game with Florida State, who's ranked the number 9 team in the nation. And Louisiana Lafayette also has a lot more to play for than just this game. They have one more game next week against Texas State, I believe. Let me make sure I'm telling you this the right way. Yeah, they play Texas State, who is clearly 3-7. They should win. They win one more game, they're bowl eligible. They should not have to worry about these different things. But if they come out and they really try to make this a slugfest, we're gonna personally try to knock out some of the better players. And that's how we should. But if they come out there and they just lay down and they're respectful about how they want to interact with us, then we'll let them live. It's kind of like if you're in the Roman gladiator, if you plead for mercy, the guy won't kill you. But if you don't, then the guy's gonna kill you. And all we need is the fans to be able to cheer and say, yeah, we want to be entertained. I need to be entertained in 2.5 quarters. Florida State, you need to make sure this happens in 2.5 quarters. With the spread being what it is, I think Florida State covers the spread comfortably. But there are some things that they do pretty decently. Their quarterback has a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is pretty good. Jordan Travis has I believe that's a 5-to-1, but it's still, obviously it's still pretty good when it comes to this. There are some things that are on track and on par for Florida State athletes. Right now, Trey Benson is 226 yards away from 1,000-yard rushing season, which is an accomplishment. Johnny Wilson is about 351 yards away from a 1,000-yard receiving season. So what you need to do is they have 3 games left. You have Louisiana Lafayette, you got Florida, you've got the bowl game. What you got to do is get a chunk of those yards right now so that you don't have to do as much when it comes to Florida and the bowl game. Florida's going to be a little bit more tough. Again, but you don't want to get caught peeking. Take advantage, destroy the teams that you're supposed to do, like you're supposed to do. If you really want to get a really, really detailed breakdown of what I feel about the Louisiana Lafayette game, go on Facebook. On Facebook, go check out Sporadics Facebook group. Make sure you're a member of that. Go to @Sporadics on Twitter or go to the Sporadics YouTube page, and you'll hear the breakdown of me, Chris, Norvell Central, and Chip Westerly, who are all good guys. All guys who, by the way, will be at the tailgate next week. But if you click on this little soundbite that we actually had from last night's show, this goes out and this tells you what I believe Florida State will be, what Florida State has. Every game. You want to know James Coleman's breakdown in a really nice shirt showing his chest hair to try to make the moms all hot and bothered. This is the take. This is the breakdown right here coming up. You got me on the echo right now. It's killing me. So go. Let's push that play button and let's get that going. But basically, that's it. Everything revolves around Jordan Travis. If Jordan Travis is doing Jordan, you can go ahead and pause on that, Miles. If Jordan Travis is doing Jordan Travis things, yeah, we're gonna be good. We'll be all right. If Jordan Travis isn't on his A game, we won't. If you look at the 3 games that we lost, even though Jordan Travis didn't do particularly bad, but we lost North Carolina State when he threw the interception. And he didn't use his legs and things of that nature. But I think he's much improved. Like if next year, if you want to know, James, where do you predict Florida State? I'm going to predict them as a 10-win team if Jordan Travis comes back next year. If Jordan Travis doesn't come back, I got to go watch some spring practice. But bottom line is this team rises and falls based upon Jordan Travis, and the defense is going to do their thing. We got to play complimentary ball. We have to take the next step and be the bullies in which we are. Now, I talk about Florida State versus Louisiana Lafayette. Not going to go too much into detail. Check out Sporadic. I for damn sure am not going to pretend to give a fuck about the University of Florida versus Vanderbilt. I don't know anything about Vanderbilt. I personally hope Vanderbilt wins. But I can't really go into those details. Now, what I will say is the U is playing a game, and I want to put this person on blast. This person is a good friend of mine, military veteran, served our country, phenomenal person. Brian Eduardo Collins is a great, great man. And what makes him a great man is that he is like a Lannister, and Lannisters pay all debts. I want everybody to see my handsome friend in his Seminole gear. Brian is so petty that he sends me this picture knowing that motherfucker's gonna have to read it in reverse. But that's okay. I'm still not mad at you. If I was able to get into my goddamn Facebook account, I would go in and I would go get the picture that's reversed. I was just happy that he did it. He did ask me if this was good enough. I said, man, the fact that you even did it speaks volumes, Brian. You're all right with me. Um, if the shirt next year when we beat the fuck out of Miami in Tallahassee, I'm going to purchase the shirt for Brian. I'm going to make sure it's gold. It's going to be bright. It's going to be everything that I need it to be. Me and Brian annually make a bet. I love Christmas. I don't necessarily love the gift giving part of Christmas, but I love Christmas and the songs and all this other stuff. I like Christmas trees. I'll have my Christmas tree up on Sunday when I get back in town. But Brian's thing is, James, you can't celebrate Christmas until after Thanksgiving if the University of Miami wins, and then he has to wear Florida State colors, which I technically think it's not fair. Because what people don't, little known Black history fact about this Army vet, he went to the Florida State Developmental Research School, aka Florida State High School. So there is colors and pictures of him wearing garnet and gold. He just wants to act like a Miami fan and doesn't want to embrace his knownness. We need you to embrace that inner know, Brian. But I love you. And I wanted to make sure you got your props. Thank you for holding up to your part of the bet. University of Miami has a lot of other different things going right now. Mario Cristobal is literally in has a program in shambles. A lot of people not believing what he's selling. And it's a lot of people. And one thing I say about Miami fans is they are the best spin doctors ever. Like right now, it's all the kids' fault. So let me just take you back. One of the big people for Miami is Kingdom. Terminator X 305 is what his name used to be. Not a bad guy. I love what he does for the community in Miami. He gives back. I've gotten a chance to know him through one of my good friends, Dibby. So Caneville literally said Lane Kiffin was going to be the head coach. That Lane Kiffin personally called him and told him that while he was at Tootsie's and said he was going to be the coach. He tweeted this shit.
Whoa.
I was like, you know what? I know a lot of wild shit happens, but I'm pretty sure Lane Kiffin ain't tweeting randoms to tell them that he's coming. And then he says, oh, well, Mario Cristobal was always the choice. And then when it came to Mario Cristobal was going to hire Riles, he was going to hire all these other guys. He was going to get Miami was going to get what was the darling of a college football world? The LSU's old offensive coordinator that was with the Panthers after they fired. He was going to bring him in, even though that kid got literally said, "I have no interest in going back to college. I want to stay on the pro level." He was getting everybody. And then when Mario Cristobal said, "Oh man, it worked the way I wanted it to work." Then Mario Cristobal, like this same fan base made us believe, tried to make us believe that little Manny, which I always tell you, we know these guys. We know Manny Diaz. Look, we called him Little Manny, videographer. That means he took pictures of Florida State practice. Y'all wanted to make the picture taker believe that he was this goon that he was never. So Little Manny was this goon. Miami was going to be disciplined. They were going to be innovative until they weren't. Now Mario Cristobal is going to come over and he's going to make them tough. All they needed was him. We're every ranking. Miami was at the top of it. We're tough. We have better players. I think my boy Hish said best quarterback room, best running back room, best tight end room, best offensive line, because you have a little midget. That's your offensive line coach that was taking pictures with recruits that were picking him up. All the different things that you said you had. You said Mario was going to bring toughness. Your team has folded and quit on so many occasions. And now you're going through the grieving process of what Florida State is. You went in, you had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage. Mario Cristobal's got parents numerous weeks saying this is some bullshit. They're calling that spank shit on him. But now Mario is doing basically what high school coaches do. He is flipping this and he's flipping this and putting it on the players. And this is what Mario Cristobal said. A parent is free and welcome to pick up their son if they're not happy with their playing time. Now, I agree that is bullshit. You should not be crying about playing time, but I also believe it's bullshit that a head coach is trying to address this on social media. No, you are supposed to be that guy. Why are you even talking about this? You play who you want to play. The problem, none of the shit is working. Like, you could not sniff the end zone until you played Georgia Tech, who was weak and depleted and coachless. And what was wild about this is there's Kane, like Twitter has Kane spaces. Twitter has Kane spaces, right? Oh, I'm trying to see this shit. They have these Kane spaces, and they go on for hours, man. Like I sometimes wonder, like, do y'all sleep with your wives? Do you have children? Do you work? Matter of fact, hold on, let me see right now. Might be a cane space. Oh, wow. You got to be careful when you open up your Twitter. Elon is not checking that right there. But sometimes I wonder, like, do you people even like what do y'all do with your lives? Because I mean, they were on it. They were like, get rid of everybody. Oh, and then but now they beat Georgia Tech, and Miami is playing a team in Clemson, who has been the top of the ACC since Jimbo left. And Miles, I want you to click on my guy Caneville, his tweet, because people need to see this. I I tell people all the time, man. I do exude confidence, and shout out to Alpha Male Clinic for helping me with that. But sometimes I wish I was as confident as ugly people because I'm a realist, man. And this is what my man fixed his thumbs to say. Statistically speaking, statistically, the Canes and Clemson on paper are almost equal. Clemson runs the ball better while UM passes the ball better. Clemson scores more, which it should have been, which is the only thing that matters. On defense, they both have similar stat lines. Now, do you want to know what the University of Miami and Clemson have in common? That's not similar. A common opponent. Florida State played Clemson and they lost. Clemson did this thing that's very foreign to the University of Miami, in particular against Florida State. They found the end zone. They found the end zone numerous times. The Clemson game was 34-28. It was actually a close game. Now, DJ Ukulele looked like a Heisman goddamn candidate. He has not looked like a Heisman candidate as of late, but he did these things. And the Pilgrim Shipley was immaculate. Jordan was probably the least accurate. George Travis was the least accurate he had been all season, and he had 3 touchdowns that he accounted for. Now, that was that game. That was Florida State Clemson, 34-28. To put it in perspective, Clemson found the end zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. 1, ha, 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 ha. 2, ha, 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 ha. And let's just take a let's you know what? We're going to erase the touchdowns that Clemson scored. And we're going to say maybe there's other things. Clemson picked a field goal 2 times. That is twice the amount of points that you put up against Florida State, common opponent. Now let's just look at what happened again, because again, my memory is fuzzy. I don't remember some things that happened last week, let alone the beginning of November. I mean, the month's almost over. Who knows what happened a few weeks ago? Yep, score's still the same. You know what? You know what? This is what Miami did better than Clemson. They prevented Florida State from scoring in the third quarter. They did. You did that. Congratulations. If you scored a grand total of 3 points, let's just see what you passed the ball with that game. Let's go right here. Nope, you didn't pass better. You had a total of 62 yards passing. Now you did run for 26 yards. Jalen Knighton had a 15-yard per carry average. Probably should have, but he had one long run for 45 yards. Probably should have kept running. And Curry Brown was running for his life. But but then there are times when the premise wasn't that Miami would win. The premise was that this is a close matchup. So I could be wrong. Now, ESPN has this matchup predictor that has Miami having a 9.3% chance of winning this. Miami throws the ball better. Well, lie detector tests determined that's false. Tyler Van Dyke, who's not playing, Ja'Carry Brown is going to play, has 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's your leading guy. DJ Ukulele, almost 2,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. They rush the ball slightly better, right? Wrong. Parrott, your leading rusher, has 569 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Now, on 120 carries. Now hold your breath here. Just relax. Will Shipley, the Pilgrim, has 154 carries for 899 yards and 12 touchdowns. You don't have a good leading receiver. You're not good, and they have a better team. They have better coaching. They have better players. They have better ingredients. They have better pizza, better toppings, better bitches. Everything is better than you. But yet somehow you believe that at 3:30 in the afternoon, you are going to walk onto that field even. Ray Lewis is not running out of that fucking tunnel. I saw my dog Leon Cersei last night at our 1-year anniversary here at the greatest cigar lounge on earth, Goodfellas. He was up here having a good smoke. Leon Cersei's not running out of that tunnel, bro. Reggie Wayne ain't running out of that tunnel. You're not even having Kenny fucking Kelly run out of that tunnel. And most of y'all fans don't even know who the fuck Kenny Kelly is. But I know who Kenny Kelly is because Kenny Kelly left one orange and green to go to the better orange and green in Tallahassee with FAMU. Ken Dorsey ain't coming to help call plays. And he damn sure ain't throwing the ball for y'all. So what I need y'all to do is to get off of this high horse and accept your fate. You're not going to make a bowl game. You're going to get your ass demolished by Clemson. And that's going to be 5-6. And it's not going to be slow. And you're not going to like it. They are going to literally put you on the ground, your face into the dirt, hand on your neck, and ravish you over and over and over and over again. And John Ruiz is not going to be able to bail your fucking asses out. Sorry that you have to hear it from me. They don't have your children listen. Matter of fact, don't have your children watch that if you care about it. Everybody's talking about don't send gay bills. Everybody's talking about this shit. But they're going to talk. You're going to see young men get led to the slaughter and get molested. And you know who's going to lead that way? A lying-ass Cuban in the name of Mario Cristobal. And you know what's going to happen? More parents are going to be like, why are you leading my sons into this situation where they have no hope? I normally say that players make plays no matter regardless. I personally think that this is the exception. You are a terrible person. You're not a good coach. You need to hire better. You need to be better for what you're getting paid. I don't want to hear about a stadium. I don't want to hear about recruiting because all you're going to do is bring in top. Like, you know what? You're going to be like my grandmother with good steak. You're going to overcook this shit. Doesn't matter what kind of choice meats you get. I could give you Wagyu beef, and you're going to cook it well done. And you know what happens when you cook a really good steak well done? The shit is chewy and flavorless. That is what you are as a program right now. You are chewy and flavorless. And that's enough talking about losers. The Jags this week are the Jags are not going to lose this week. They're playing the bye. Not playing in Dubai. They're playing the bye week. So that's optimistic, and hopefully we'll have some good things come up with this like this. But that brings me to my hate o'clock, which is Black Friday. We talk about the Black Friday deals that you'll have at the big game tailgate. But Black Friday, man, you got to go to Green Acre Sporting Goods. Green Acre Sporting Goods go get you 2 different types of AR-15s. You got bullets. You got the Taurus 9mm, which you've seen me shoot numerous times. Solid handgun. You've got all kinds of different things. But you know what? If you don't like those, they got everything you could possibly need. And I'm telling you how the key to success, customer service is so dope, right? But the key to success is to know to be connected. If you go in there and you say Big Game sent you, Z and them gonna hook you up, bro. I promise you. I promise you. My hater clock is this. I really personally believe that we need to leave some things to white people. Where we at? Does that say we're at 35 minutes, Miles?
We had 35.
35. You know, I hear black people's this is a comment that's very prevalent in the African American community where they say like, damn, we can't have shit. Like, rap music, Eminem comes. Country music was literally stolen from us. We invented rock and roll, then some guy who didn't take a shit and never washed his ass, and Elvis Presley comes in and who's also a pedophile, and he takes it over, and they call him the king of rock and roll. We have all of these different things that that black culture has influenced. If you, I forgot what the movie was where Cedric the Entertainer comes in. It's John Travolta, Cedric the Entertainer, a bunch of guys. So we have influenced every aspect of your lives and made it better. And yet but yet y'all whittling it down to epitaphs and stereotypes. But I will say this. I mean, soul food, that was gonna be American, like what they call country food, was basically taken from slaves because we made scraps taste delicious. But here's my thoughts. And I'm also learning that a lot of the different things aren't really white or black. What they are is cultural things through a geographic lens. So maybe, just maybe, this isn't a white thing, but like maybe a northern white thing or some areas of whiteness. Because all the way, I will say this: when I found out that white people didn't bathe, I was shocked. I was appalled. I was aghast. I was befuddled, if you will. And I had to go ask the closest white person I had to me at the time, and that was Denny. And Denny was like, "Man, I'll bathe twice some days because he's sweating, he's active." Then I asked, some other white friends. I had a white friend who was in radio. She was in Atlanta at the time. Now she lives down down south in the Palm Beach area. And she was like, "Hell no, I wash my ass every day." Well, all the white people that I know wash. Like, let me rephrase it. All the white people I know personally wash. But then there's some apparently then there's one that was on social media. She real cool as shit. Not even gonna lie. She's my first. Never been with one. But she has a black kid, so we know she likes black. And I was confused. I asked my black friends who've been with white women. I was like, dude, y'all just allow these women to not wash and y'all just running up in them?
Gross.
And then she was just like, I'll wash. But then one thing I do know is this is that there are some nasty women out here. And there's no race runs the gauntlet. And none nastier than this new bitch that's a social media influencer, B Simone. Matter of fact, the B is in it. She looks good. She's cute.
Bathe.
But B Simone doesn't wash. Neither does Summer Walker. I used to call her a little smelly. She makes good music, but she brag like. And what's crazy is why do y'all get on these social media sites and like this isn't anything to brag about on your podcast. It's nothing to brag about. You out here just like, man, I ain't washing my ass. And what makes it appalling and a little bit afraid is if you don't know, the viral tweet is B Simone goes viral after realizing she doesn't shower every day. Or revealing she doesn't shower. She puts, if I shower on Monday, the next shower is Wednesday or Thursday. Now, I will say this, maybe skip a day because you got busy, you were tired, you were traveling, some shit happens, have no problem with that. But like, yo, this sounds like this is a consistent thing here.
Right.
Like this is you could just like 10 minutes, baby. Yeah, pop, pop, pop. what's it called? A whole bath in the sink. You out here smelling like yesterday. With all the products that women have, there is no reason that a woman should smell. And I'll say this, it's like y'all have I also have other questions like do you like you like and I'm also seeing like women who do the wax stuff. I don't know what they call it, the wax tissues or whatever. You're out here saying that a lot of y'all women don't wipe properly, which is why because they got when they get the full wax, they gotta wax that thing right there and it be shit all in the wax strip. So I'm which is why I say like fellas, you gotta be careful with these new with these women with these new asses because I believe personally like when you sometimes you don't know how to use something when you just got it. Like women with big asses know how to wipe. They were born with that ass. That ass ain't just new. Like they had to learn how to use it. And with great ass comes great responsibility. So because you don't want to be out here smelling like a skunk. I just don't okay. Thank you, Till Dog. My man Till Dog is this is a safe space. Lie to your pastor. You ain't gotta lie to me. My dog Till Dog says I've knocked white boot. What was it? I've knocked white boots, and yes, you watched. Thank you. This is a. I tell people this. You can say whatever you want. You try to cancel me. I am ignorant to other cultures. I am sorry. I grew up African American in the South. I don't know. I've learned about Spanish people. It's been an experience. I learned that there's not one piece of the rices that doesn't get ate. In my house, we threw away the goddamn crunchy rice, the burnt rice at the bottom. Apparently, that's a fucking delicacy to some Spanish people. Had no clue. I do know this. She's not really Spanish if she ain't got that big ass pot, the big ass rice pot. But um, anyways, though, the point is, Big Simone doesn't bathe. And what was alarming is that people came in and second this and then thirded it, and it came in and just like, ooh, I know some of y'all dirty because I can tell by the way that y'all wash.
I think it's a celebrity thing. I think it's a sign of wealth now. Like I don't have to. I'm disgustingly rich. Maybe that's what.
But she's not. She is an influence. She ain't that rich, bro. B Simone is not that far off from bro. Like you, the comedian, great. He's not Patrice O'Neal yet, but he's on that level. It was Corey Holcomb. And Corey Holcomb says this, man. He's like, I have everything in my pocket to get 75% of women. I got $200. I can promise you, B Simone ain't that far off from a lot of you guys, though. Like you just feel like it because she has a lot of followers. Like you feel like it just like some of these only fangirls. Like I'm telling you, they are this recession is about to prove. Ooh, I'm glad. Let me just get into this part right here. We're gonna finish this. I'm gonna get back to my point. This recession is about to prove who is real and who is not real. And I'm gonna give you some free advice from Big Game. And this is from my heart. But anyway, B Simone comes on here, and then what happens is in this generation, simping has become pimping. And you'll have men that'll come out here. And what's stank about this poster is that he's got a picture of a football player. And I don't know if that's him or not. Let me click on this. Oh, that's him. That is him. And he is in a frat. He is a cap. Oh my God, OJ. This motherfucker's a capper. This guy puts, well, when you work as hard as she does, sometimes you don't get the chance to shower every day. Y'all go put in some real work, you might understand. If you don't take your stank ass in that shower that's in your locker room and wash your ass after you get done practicing, I know something. This lets me. I can't even say this is a lack of having fathers. My mother would not let me take my stank ass and lay on my sheets in her house. The sheets that she paid for. Like you don't understand. Like especially as a football player, man, we sweat and we stink. You've been rolling around in dirt. You ain't washing your ass. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, do you piss? Let me tell you how I was doing COVID, doing quarantine, right? Quarantine, I took a shit. And you know what I did after every time I took a shit? I showered. Because I was there and had shit else to do. Like, I'm not saying everybody should do that 24/7, but like, dog, you're right there. You use a potty? Go in there and wash your ass real good. And I talked to my best friend Jamila. My best friend Jamila is a doctor. She's an OBGYN. She is the reason why I also stopped trusting a lot of women because she has seen vaginas. And she has told me the secret. A lot of vaginas ain't good. It ain't great. Like we put women way too high up on a pedestal. If you knew what some of these badges look like that she got a chance to see, tell me one story about it. She like pushed like she pushed it and like green shit squirted out. And I asked her, I said, Jamila, what's the science behind this, dog? I want to know, Jamila. Like, why are people so like, is this real? Dr. Oz is saying he doesn't even wash his legs. Dr. Oz is saying, like, I didn't know that we don't wash the fucking legs. I thought why the fuck would you be in the shower and not wash your legs? Everything else, but they're like, just let the soap dry running down. No, motherfucker, wash everything, bro. But here's what she said. She said the science behind it is the reason why some of our immune systems might not be as strong as they were in the past is because we probably do bathe too frequently. We are too frequent. She says you do probably only need to wash every other day if you're in a sterile, controlled environment, you can get away with that. And that's what she said from an OBGYN doctor perspective. But then she said, however, from a microbiologist perspective, because that's what she had to do. She majored in microbiology at the University of Miami. She said this: we are in a world that is nowhere near sterile. Our air is dirty and polluted. We sweat more. We wear way more clothing. We transmit a lot of different bacteria just by living that we did not do in past generations. So, as a microbiologist, you don't know what you're fucking carrying on you. Thus is the reason why they had things like COVID. One of y'all dirty ass motherfuckers gave me COVID because I know it was not my showering ass that got COVID because of y'all. And that's really where her thing came from is that you should wash your ass. In particular with a woman. You have a hole that is a self-cleaning oven. But if you don't really do what you're supposed to do outside of that self-cleaning oven, you're putting something inside of that. And you don't know what's inside of there. And she's seen what's inside of there. And she says because of that, you should make sure you've washed your thing. And then you got to make sure she's washed her thing, or that's how you get STIs. And that's also how you smell like tilapia.
Oh.
And I don't eat fish. Makes my stomach hurt. I'm just telling you guys, even if you don't wash every day, just don't tell us. Two things that there's two things we shouldn't be able to do. We shouldn't know so much about you, and we shouldn't be able to smell you from a mile away. If I could smell you, trust me, I already know what's going down. You ain't washing your ass. So please, PSA, in particular in the southern month, in the summer months in the South, wash your ass. You can save a life. That life being your own. Now, before I get into my alpha male moment, I want people to realize that there is real deal data. It's something that I've been telling people. If you want to, you can go look it up. It's called so they got two of them. It's called, if you go to igotstandardsbro.com, it'll pull up. But I tell people that a lot of women say that they don't want a man. They want this specific type of man. And I tell them I don't really think they realize what the data shows is that is statistically impossible. So what one nerd did was he came up with this thing. We go ahead and show this. We can do this in live real time. He came up with the female delusion calendar. Now, I was showing my friend Jamila this because she's not even chartable. That's how much money she makes. She's a doctor. She makes over 300,000. I think the chart stops at like 215. But let's pull up the site. So we're gonna go in here, and I want women to know, like, I don't really care. Tupac does, if nobody else care. But I want you to understand the things that you say you're looking for. So, what we're gonna do, Miles, is this. Let's say the average height of a male is 5'8". So we're gonna go. What age does it have up there?
40.
Let's go ahead and put 20 to 50 because a lot of women say that they don't like the age gap and that's perverted, but they subscribe to this. Let's exclude married men because a lot of women, I gotta have he gotta be my own. I don't want him if he I ain't sharing nobody. So I'm like, you do your thing. I agree with you. I'm black, so let's just say black women. We're gonna stick with black women. Black women like to date within their race. We're gonna go with that. And let's go with 5'8", because I want, normal height. That's the minimum though, because that's not like you can still get taller than that. I'm not gonna exclude obese because technically it excludes athletes because like that chart isn't really, really good. And I'm not even gonna go say, you know what? Let's keep that 80,000. Even though if you make over 50,000 statistically, you're good. Let's see what the percentage chance of that single woman has in finding that man. And go down. I'll tell you, 44% chance, 0.44% chance, not even a percentage. That kind of guys are out there between 20 and 50 that meet those standards. That's not including if they look good. That's not including if they have a big dick. That's not including if they don't wash every day. That's just the reality is your standards the standard is the standard and the standards over everything else does not apply here. You need to realize that. But that being said, Miles, because women are gonna be, and you can go play with that and toggle it, all kinds of different things. Like hell, you know what? Let's go back, push new search again. Push new search. And I wanna it keeps the same things in there. But I'm gonna even go in here and say, you know what? Let's not discriminate. No need to discriminate. That's not right. Everybody, all lives matter, right? Let's open it up to any race. And and I'm gonna you want to know what still happens? And this isn't black women. This is white women, black women, all women. If you click, all right, go down, push find out. We won't see it. And this is your minimum at 80,000. Now it's a little bit better. Your prospects are better, but it's still 4%. It's because the social media has made you guys believe that everybody's making bank. But you know what? The prospects aren't that great for us either, man. Go to realitycalc.com because a woman got mad that a bitter man went out here and was out here making sure that people. Now I want to say this: men don't go around with these standard type things. Yeah, CALC. Most men go around with minimal standards. I mean, I don't really care. I just want you to look good. Can you take care of yourself as an adult? That is what my standard is. You can say, James, you need to raise your standards. But the reality of the situation is, that's all I should care about, man. Like, I don't care how much money you make. I think I make a good amount. But this is the male calculator because women are always like, and they use this pill thing because red pill talk. Most men will go, I'm going to go with me because I don't think women even know how to use their vagina until they're like 30. But let's go 28 and these new 50-year-old women. These ain't the same. These ain't Blanche and Golden Girl. These motherfuckers is bad. We can go 28 to 54, right? I'm going to. Oh, by the way, women, if you would include married men, your statistics will go up. But just letting you know that, just polytheism should be not polytheism. Um, uh, polyamory should be a thing. But I'm going to exclude married, and we're going to say you can have mother. So we're going to go down. Let's just say black women. Black women get mad when black men. You know what? Go back up, Miles. I can't do that. Click Hispanic because I'd be a hypocrite. All right. Go down. Let's just say because men don't have these height things. Let's keep it that way. 4'11 to 5'8. Just letting you know that's a lot of shit. I'm gonna click overweight. No, what's the difference between overweight and obese?
I guess it's a slight.
Nigga, let's go obese. Let's exclude obese.
Yeah.
It will don't mind if you got a little fluff. Let's just say no. You know what? Yes. Let's say 80,000. And we're gonna click that find out. Now, the worst thing about the male calculator is that it gives you a number. It doesn't just give you the percentage. It makes it worse. We have less than this is what does that say? 75.1%. That sucks because that's an accurate number. This is data based on the Census Bureau. This isn't made up shit. This is like what people are reporting. My point in all of this is, guys, is that you got to be guys and gals. If they're not abusing you, physically or mentally, realize where you're at. Because statistically speaking, you should be worse. Or you could do worse. And if you feel like you can do better in this economy, it's fiscally irresponsible to break up if you're living with somebody. If you feel like you can do better, man, y'all just come to an arrangement, man. Just talk to each other. Just be like, hey, man, I ain't going nowhere until I get a better roommate. And I ain't going like then it gets weird. So just like even with women, you know what happens to the woman that has the roommate at the Thanksgiving dinners? They start asking questions. Why does she have a roommate? And the same thing with guys. But even though this is becoming more common in Atlanta, like when you have if you're a father and you got a roommate, but just listen, man, it's fiscally irresponsible. But guys, I'm starting to ask questions from that are in Atlanta are rappers in general. Like Atlanta is known for sassy, is the sassy capital of the world. They just do things way differently and accept things that a lot of us don't accept. And even their goons. One of the scariest things in the world to me is to be beat up by a gay group. And I think T.I. is a fruity booty. And the reason why I'm saying this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Again, I say that jokingly, but it's not a disability. You can be all of that. But T.I. is going after an internet celebrity in Charleston White. And this is my alpha male moment. This is not alpha male. I will say, however, Charleston White's response to it was very much like alpha male. Go to alphamalejacks.com. Alpha Male Clinic is where you can go in. We're going to end 2022, getting in the best shape of our life to kick 2023 in the ass. But we're going to come out here. We're going to act as men should act. T.I. literally dedicated a song to Charleston White. This is where our society has gotten. And there were people having arguments with me about how this is tough. I'd be damned if I go out here and I'm dedicating a rap song to another man that's not my child. I'm not finna write no damn rap song about my goddamn daddy. I'm not gonna write a rap song about somebody else unless it's a rap beef. Like I'm not finna go put somebody else on my level. It's called punching up. You don't punch down. But if you go, Miles, and go to the IG post and just scroll over. It should be different. So yeah. So if you push play on it, you can hear T.I. has this, and it's actually pretty good.
Drop you from a place so far from grace, white folks adopt. Leave no trace. Cop police don't need more mace. I see your face. It's a teachable moment. We can see what he want. I tell my son, tell that fuck nigga he got it if he the opponent. Listen to me, his death is life. Every time he open his eye, another funeral he lived through cause a coward dies. 1,000 deaths.
Like he was on that, but like now go to the next clip. And this is where
Yeah, I
this is how
have to
Alfredo
admit,
responds.
nigga, that's that old T.I. Yeah, I like that motherfucker. Yeah, y'all lying to me. That song is not trash. That nigga went and made a badass verse. I brought T.I. back. Nigga, T.I. wasn't hot like this here, boy. I brought T.I. back, nigga. T.I. wasn't rapping like this here no more, nigga. I done brought that old T.I. back, nigga. When you know, ASAP, motivation.
Now, what's
Yeah, I
funny
brought
is
the Rubber Band Man
you
out.
said T.I. was your
No,
favorite rapper
now
at one point.
T.I. man, that verse hard in the motherfucker, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Nigga, that nigga say, nigga, I'm smiling. I'm actually flattered. I feel good. I'm a regular guy, and I got a multi-$20 million man rapping about me. And not only that, I was in this city. If I feel like a guy disrespected my son and my family, I ain't making no rap about him. I'm gonna kick his ass. Yeah, fuck that rap song. I'm gonna kick his goddamn ass. Yeah, I have to admit. Yeah, nah. Fuck rapping about a nigga I feel like they done something to me. I'm gonna kick his ass. Nigga, here you talking about. Ain't gonna no motherfucker sing to no nigga. The nigga done disrespected my baby and talked about, man, I ain't finna sing nothing to no nigga. I'm gonna throw punches. Yeah, I'm gonna throw punches. So, yeah, I'm flattered. Yeah, I'm so flattered. Yeah, I'm flattered. Now, T.I. hurt my feelings. Man, that nigga hurt my feelings. He told me you would never be on my level. I said, oh, he treat me like I'm a peon. Oh, that nigga said, oh, man, you would never be on my level. You ain't on my level. Who you think you is? And he wouldn't even say my name. He would treat me like a peon. I said, oh, man, big time millionaire rapping nigga. Yeah. But when he made that song about me, he put me on this level. No. He put me on this level when he made that song about me. So now I'm on T.I. level.
So like basically, he's not wrong. And the problem is, I'm learning is that a lot of people think that they're men. And they don't handle things as men. And even I'm learning that a lot of people that say they're street cats or hood cats don't operate like that. You are a rap cat. And I'm not saying you should go to violence. I personally think that the best way, like to quote Ghost from Power, the best response is no response. And when you listen to Charleston White, why he said something about his kid said something about him. And they got into grown folks beef, which they should have stayed their ass out of. And then he went down there and he talked about how ugly the kids is, and him and Boosie's kids. Boosie is not responding. T.I. is. And from this, everything that T.I. is calling Charleston White, which is true, and Charleston White says, I am a snitch. I tell on criminals, which is nothing wrong with that. The problem is, T.I., you do too. You have a Crime Stopper video. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's wrong when you put this front out that you are this tough, badass dude that understands the code of the street, which I think is killing a lot of people anyway. Because to me, I'm with Charleston. It's two things I want to do. I'm either going to ignore you or I'm going to slap the shit out of you when I see you. And you can't be tough when that man is walking around your city doing stuff and now you want to go make rap songs. The first thing I thought about was this song by Robert Kelly, who apparently might be getting off. I'm dedicating this song to my favorite girl. That's basically what you just did. Ain't shit gangster about it. Ain't shit tough about it. You literally dedicated a song to another dude. That's not a rapper. That's not in rap beef. That, to be honest with you, most of us didn't even know who the fuck he was a year ago. I found out that this is who this was he my TikTok. One of my first videos on TikTok was him talking about some shit. I had no idea who he was. But now I'm learning who he is because of guys like T.I. Don't be T.I., guys. Don't necessarily be Charleston White either. But like, just be a man. When will being a man get back in vogue? Standing for something, being who you are, and all this other shit. And then, as Till Dog says, my advice to everybody is stop taking trips on out of country or anywhere with people that you don't know. RIP to that young lady who got her ass beat by, I think they're saying it's a man that was dressed in a wig. I don't really know. One of them Transformers. But we'll see as it comes out. But that's unfortunate that she passed and her families and the friends said that she died of alcohol abuse. But it definitely shows that she got her ass whooped. She died of an ass whooping. But other than that, man, great football weekend, man. Enjoy yourselves. Holiday weekend coming up. Make sure we get good and fat and full. See you guys on Monday after victorious Florida State weekend. Hopefully Miami and Florida lose. Appreciate y'all chopping up with me. We'll see you guys next time.